Hello. In today's video, I wanted to carry on with the theme of eliciting change talk. So that positive language that leads conversations towards change rather than leading a conversation in a direction of negative, sustained talk and resistance to change and arguments against change. In my previous video, I mentioned that what we reflect will have impact on where the conversation will go. So if we magnify and if we bring to speakers' attention the positives and the reasons for change and ideas and solutions, it is more likely that we will get more of that in a conversation. But the question is, how can we reflect the positive language if we don't hear it in a conversation or the sentence? So let's bring this to life with an example. Let's say a speaker says, I am really nervous and anxious about this job interview. The typical response would be to ask a question. What makes you nervous, or what are you nervous about? But that will lead us to sustained talk, and that negative, the client will talk about the negative, but also it's a question. And today's video is about reflection, so let's focus on that. If we reflect, you are feeling anxious and nervous about this job interview, we are magnifying that, and it's likely that the conversation will go in that negative direction. But we don't hear anything positive here, so how can we magnify that? Let me share a tip with you that really helps me. Let's ask ourselves a question. If the person feels nervous and anxious about this job interview, how do they want to feel instead? What is it that they want rather than what they don't want? Maybe they want to feel confident and calm and less stressed and collected and so on. So if we reflect, you want to feel calm and collected and confident during this interview, it is more likely that the person will be talking about that. Maybe we can say, you would appreciate a little bit of preparation for this interview. Let's bring another example. A person says, I'm too old, nobody will employ me. Again, we can't hear anything positive here. So if we say you are worried about your age, the person will be talking about the worry about their age, and the conversation will go in a negative direction. But let's step into their shoes and think about, what is it that they want to feel instead? How do they want to feel? What do they want rather than what they don't want? Maybe the person will want to find an employer that will give them a chance. Or maybe they want to find an employer that will appreciate their age and their experience. Let's reflect that. The conversation will be totally going in a different direction, much more positive direction. Let's have one final example. A speaker says, I am really stressed and I let my frustration out on the family and the people I love. Again, if we say you are stressed and under a lot of pressure, we are reflecting the negative, therefore they will be focusing on a negative. But what is it that they want? How do they want to feel instead? Maybe they want to feel calm and less reactive especially around their family and people that they love. I hope you can see the difference and how we can help to lead conversation in a much more positive direction depending on what we reflect. I hope you found this useful. Let me know what you think, and thank you so much for sticking around, and see you soon in my next video. Bye.